Stream Deck.
Quit playing.
And I'm vlogging it too. Gas showed up. What's happening?
Yeah.
I want that to sound too sure
Yes.
about that.
He's so mad.
About to drive a Ferrari F430.
Uh-oh. Anybody get
About
mine?
absolutely nothing.
There you
I was
go.
about to say, it sounded like you were swimming.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you at first, brother.
Yeah.
Couldn't
You
hear
hear me
you
now?
at first. I can hear you.
Yeah,
now,
we good.
man.
All right,
Loud
well, let's
and
start
clear,
over.
loud
This is Any and Everything podcast, where we know everything about absolutely nothing. I am your host, Moan, alongside with my homeboys,
Moan
the other
Dog.
host, Ralph Zoe, Mark. What's happening, y'all?
What's going on,
What's
people?
going on, man? What's popping,
What it
dog?
do? What?
Nothing too much, man. So, I mean, the holidays coming up. Any plans?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Well,
Taking my black ass to work.
Oh, that's you got to work.
Yep.
got
Yeah.
some family stuff tomorrow, man. Gonna chill
Sorry
with
to
the
hear
fam a
that,
little
brother.
bit.
Yeah.
Sorry
Have
to
a
hear
good
that.
old time with the fam. That's all I'm gonna do.
I heard
All
that.
right,
I
so
heard
Ralph
that.
working, Zoe with fam. What about you, Mark?
I'm chilling, man. I'm off. Thank God, warehouse closed. So I'm gonna be chilling. Probably putting on some on the grill, man. Might get some ribs.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. How
Well,
about you, Money Mo?
I got a funeral to go to. My uncle passed, so I gotta go to the viewing tomorrow, and then I got the funeral
Damn.
Tuesday. So it's
Damn,
one of these
man.
situations where he was supposed to go in for heart surgery. They put him down. Heart surgery was assessed, but then he had liver failure right after. So they basically put him down. He never woke up.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
So I'll be dealing with that tomorrow. But I did barbecue yesterday to get it out the way, with the family. So other than that, that's it for the holidays for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a mood swinger.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
changer,
hey.
but but I get it. It's life. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
live and then you move on. You know what I'm saying? There's two things that's guaranteed in this life: death and taxes. So what you do in
Right.
between there is
One stops and the other one don't.
that's it.
Right.
You can die, boy. If they don't report that you died, you're gonna pay taxes then too.
Oh,
Hey,
Uncle
Alex.
Sam gonna collect. He gonna collect whether it's you or the person that's dead next to you. He gonna get it.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, Alex said you must have threw down, dog. She said the barbecue was really good, my dude.
Uh-oh.
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I tried. It was a lot of sweat in the sun. I had no shade.
Well.
Just imagine, just heat, just beating. Ash, what's happening?
Look who showed up. Hello there.
Oh, right. No, it did last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
All right, so
You
other
didn't
than
have
the
too much fun with
holidays,
that picture, did you?
insider, huh? other than what we doing for the holidays, what y'all do last week? Like, what happened last week?
Last week was.
I'm gonna
rough,
go first.
man.
Let me go ahead and go first.
Go ahead.
I got
Go ahead,
this.
my guy. Go ahead.
Man, you know what? Last week, what I did was work.
This nigga, Doug.
That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. I'm sorry. Nothing interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a small little raise. I mean, it was nothing. I just got to do a whole lot more shit for the money they just gave me. So that's it. But other than that, work, man. Nothing fun.
Yeah, that's why I mess with you, dog.
I appreciate
got it.
you, my guy.
I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm just gonna steal that from Zoe real quick. Yeah, I work. I work, man. That's all you do, man. Monday to Friday, just work. Matter of fact, to elaborate a little bit more, I have been doing some personal searching, like straight up and down, straight personal searching, trying to figure out, just what makes you actually happy. So that's what I've been doing. Aside from that, I have been working, and please be safe, everybody. It's something in the air. It's something in there.
Hey man, that's a dope hat, by the way. I'm just.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Good old Bart. Always take the trophy. For years. Like you can't get wrong with Bart. None of the TV shows, none of the video games, nothing, dog. You just can't go wrong.
Yeah, Bart go ahead.
That's it.
Damn.
All right, Ralph, what you got, dog?
It's same situation, bro. Work, a whole lot of it. It was kind of a rough week. Dealt with a lot of crazy people this week. Did a lot of big meetings this week. Got more big meetings coming up, hopefully for bigger things. But work, man, work. And of course, what comes with work is more reasons to have to spend money, which is why I have to go back to work. So, unfortunately, like the rest of y'all get tomorrow off. Y'all jobs love y'all a little bit more than mine does. So I'll be at work tomorrow. But today, barbecue only got some family over. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go hit the pool right after this.
Okay.
But other than that, that's it, man. Work and pure white Hennessy.
Yeah. Oh, you got pure. Where you get that pure white from, though?
Hey, I had a plug, man. My guy went over to the islands, man, and brought me back.
What the islands, man?
I'll tell you what, I got taxed, but it was all good because I love the way.
I have yet to have it. I've never tried.
I got
it's nice.
I got a full bottle. I got a full bottle here.
I got it last night, bro. I got this bottle.
Is it a rum?
No, it's a cognac, but it's different, bro. You know how most Hennessy burns your throat, bro. When you drink it, it makes you real hot. This shit's smooth as hell, bro.
I want to try it. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's more on the wine side of the cognac.
It is.
They add a lot more grapes to it, which is all right. That's why I'm drinking as often. And then it's not here in the States. You have to get it. Well, I got it from when I was on the cruise. Then Ralph, where did you go? You went on the cruise too?
I went on a cruise too.
Yeah, and brought them back. And you can buy, like, what's cool about the cruise is when you go on the cruise, it's expensive on the boat, but when you touch the island, they have to give you price match on the island. So the bottle was $100 and something on the boat. When we got to the island, it was $37, and they had to give it to me.
Wow. That's why I got mine from Mexico. I went to the all-inclusive in Mexico, was on my way back. They had a whole bunch of them. Bought me 2 of them. Sold one for a hell of an upcharge, and then I downed the other. It was good.
I was lightly taxed for this one, man, because I didn't go get it. But it wasn't a heavy tax. I didn't spend over $100, so cool. I ain't too upset about that. But let's Mo, you didn't talk about what you got into this week, or did I miss it?
No, I didn't say nothing at all. So,
yeah, you got big news, man. Go ahead.
It ain't big news, but one of them is important than the other. I finally went back to work this week because I was down sick for like 2 weeks. So it was my first week back. I feel good, but I still got this cough, man. I was working in the rain and ended up catching another cough again. So that irritates my soul. And then Friday, I went on ahead and bought me another new whip. So
there you go.
Which I'm happy about. I'm actually happy about my purchase.
Listen to this motherfucker, man. He said I was out of work for 2 weeks, and then I decided at the end of the week that I went back, let me get another car. That's how you know the ball.
You go ahead and go throw it. Man, ballers, we be on
it fight out here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, no. Now I spent all my money to get the whip, so I'm broke.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. But congratulations, big dog. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
And what up, though? What up, dog? Appreciate you.
Amber, Ash, my boo on here. Everybody, what's happening? But other than that,
yo, boo.
Without further ado, man, let's get on this topic at hand. Why is it so hard to change your lifestyle?
This is a topic that I feel can go in many different directions.
We'll pick a direction.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know it's going to stay in one direction. No matter what we come up with, everybody's looking at their situation differently, right? You know what I'm saying? You're talking about changing the lifestyle. It's talking about changing something major in your life that you feel you need to change. You also have the other side of something in your life that other people feel you need to change.
Well, you feel blessed.
That's it. Y'all blessed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all blessed. So, I think it all depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? We collectively get together, everybody, at the end of a podcast and come up with topics together as a team. You know what I'm saying? We pull from our list of topics. So, this is the next on hand. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we got some good information for you and see how this rock. But I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
We
Go
gonna
ahead.
get we gonna get Zoe in this bad boy because this was one that he favored a lot, with the topic, and I know he can go in totally different directions, man. It's something that we always talk about, even behind the scenes, just what we're doing, what we're proud of ourselves with, and how what we did to get to where we are today. And Zoe, go ahead and take the lead on it, big dog, man, because I know this is important to you.
Well, I have I try to help a lot of people. I talk to a lot of different people on a regular basis about changing their lifestyle, whether it's about money, whether it's about their attitude, whether it's about perspective, whether it's about their goals and aspirations in life. And of course, my specialty, which is changing people's bodies and their mentality when it comes to working out and things like that. One thing that I realize is that though you have the particularly desire to do something, why is it so hard to actually change it? And I noticed myself talking to a lot of my friends about this, a lot of people that I talk to on a regular basis about this. And majority of them have the same thing. They have time, but they say they don't have time. They have the desire, but yet they have excuses. They want to get something done. They want the results, but they don't want to put the work in. And it came to the forefront, and I said, "Hey, why is it so hard for somebody to change their lifestyle?" Now, I want to break it down to. I'm gonna start with one fact. One fact is it's hard. One thing that leads to that is the fact that it's hard. And what I mean by that is you can break that down in several different ways.
Pause.
Hard being that it causes you to be self-reflective. You have to look at yourself and realize, hey, I'm bullshitting. Hey, I've been doing this wrong. Hey, I need to do this. A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't
Right.
want to self-reflect. Self-reflection is when you actually admit to yourself, not anybody else, to yourself, that I could be doing better. I could be doing different. And I believe that starts that trickle down effect of having a harder time to change. Um, Anybody want to throw something in there, or am I
No,
good to keep going?
No. I was going to
I
iterate.
agree.
Go ahead, Ralph.
Okay.
I agree with that, man. But a lot of times people will say that they don't have the time or make up excuses because they don't want to hear what other people have to say. And what I
That
mean
is
by that is a lot of people are comfortable. Once
that
again,
was my
like I
next
said,
topic. Yep.
like I said earlier, people, you have your own lifestyle change, and then you have the lifestyle change that other people would like to see you do, but that may not be what you want to do, or it may be, and it just may not be when you plan on doing it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to see me not be fat. I want to see me not be fat, but I'm fat.
That is hell.
You know what I'm
But
saying? But
see,
and I know that's
but
a
even
choice.
with that,
That's a choice for me because I would have to do something to change it, right? I would have to go to the
yeah.
gym. I would have to work out. And people are like, oh, Ralph just bullshit. His ass don't get to the gym. He ain't doing this. He ain't doing that. Let me tell you something. I got a lot of I'm not gonna say complete medical issues, but health issues. So, perfect example. Last week, my daughter ran a 5K. I caught her coming back around, and I ran the last stretch with her. I almost got put back in the fucking hospital because of my back. Now, not because I couldn't breathe. I ran them up with no problem. Didn't even think it was a problem. Didn't think it was an issue. But then I had to think about it. Last time I hurt my back like that, I called myself trying to keep up with the kids, man. I'm sprinting down the street, right? Now, I was out of breath, but I beat the kids. But I also beat the shit out of myself because I could barely fucking walk the next day. You know what I'm saying? Went to the chiropractor, was like, yo, you can't do that. Like, you got a nerve that's pinched, and you don't know that you're doing damage until after the fact. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, for those that were around me, knew that it really put me down. I was out of work for about a week. I couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? I got pushed out of the hospital in a wheelchair, which that shit killed me in itself. All for me running. Now, I didn't know I had this problem. So naturally, I get back on a treadmill, trying to create some sort of a life change. Something happens, I can't do it. So now I have to find another way to get it done the way I thought it should be done. And instead of me looking deep into that shit, I was just like, oh well, fuck it, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It'll figure itself out. So I kind of felt defeated, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? I'll find another way. But that doesn't technically mean I need to make a lifestyle change this very moment. It means I need to figure something out in order to make that change. Now, could I make it within the next couple of days? I could, but I just didn't feel like it. Literally, it's not even being lazy. It's not about doing this or doing that. It's not about the whole lazy thing.
It's complacency, though.
But is it though?
To a degree.
Hell.
To a degree, Mike. So, for example, your chiropractor, right? For example, your weight, which weight is just one thing. You know what I'm saying? But since you brought that up, weight, has your chiropractor said anything about any type of weight being on your spine and your pinched nerve? For example, you don't have to really work out to lose weight. Let's throw that out there. All right. So what you want to do is the way that you really want to work out is you want to change the way that you eat. And from what you was telling me, Robin has done that for the majority of the house. If she has changed the way you guys eat.
Right.
But with that being said, you have to
Mel.
sit here.
What's
going on, Mel? To sit here and do those things, yes, you can find an alternative way easy. But again, you said the key word is, am I going to? Nah, I get to it when I get to it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's something that needs to be done because we need to be healthy. We're getting older. We're getting to the point where we literally can, any given day, our heart can be like, I'm tired of this shit, and go. Let's get to the, let's just be real. So when it comes to a lifestyle change, do you really have a lot of time to legitimately be like, hey, you know what? Let me just do this better. Do you have to get in shape to the point where you got muscles bulging everywhere? No. That's a whole different.
I think a lot of the issuing factors well, there's a number of reasons of why people have a hard time changing their lifestyle, and a lot of it is what they see on the internet. A lot of people think that stuff would just fall into their hands because they see it on Facebook. Secondly, motivation plays a role depending on your health. You know, so and we let's not even talk about just body wise. Those two factors will still affect your relationship with you know,
I mean,
mentally.
Not even to like cut you off or anything. The topic at hand is so versatile. It can deal with maturity. It can do with lost wages, gain wages. It can do with relationship wise. Like if you always was the guy always at the nightclub, you finally find the one. You got to stop going to the nightclub. Vice versa. If you're the woman that was always out with the girls, you got to change your ways and lifestyles, how to adapt to being a woman of the house. It could go to parenthood. It can go to what you consume, what you eat, playing games. It could go any direction. And when it comes down to it, to the basics of it, it does have a lot to do. Change have a lot to do, to me, with adjustments. And when I use that word adjustments, that's where a lot of change is brought up. You know, I mean, a lot of people get comfortable in these particular jobs. It's like the whole phrase, oh, you can't never turn a hoe to a housewife, and you can't never turn a drug dealer to this. Like, that's a change. That's an adaptation to the woman who's being called a hoe is now being turned into a housewife. Somebody literally took her out of her adjustment. She was already adjusted to being whatever the definition of a hoe is. She's already brought into that. So to take somebody out of that, they have to change due to the adjustment. So when it comes to the why is it so hard to change your lifestyle, it's really the adjustability to what the lifestyle is presented at that time. And with this
put it in the book.
Huh?
Put it in the book.
Yeah, you know,
this is a new thing. Which real quick, this is a new thing. Whenever one of us make up a word, I'm gonna yell, put it in the book. I don't know what.
Oh, hey, that's dope. Yeah, because I know the other day when I use that one word, man.
Yeah,
put that shit in the book. So
put it in the book.
Put it in the book.
We're gonna keep it going. Keep it going.
Go ahead, Mark. I got something to say.
But even down to that, like, you know, like it's easier for someone to say, I'm going to lose weight. Look, just think about this. Like look at the number of memberships that's signed on New Year's Day. Look at the number of memberships. They say that's the highest point of gym memberships because everyone got this goal. Oh, I'm going to gym and I'm gonna get the summer body. Blah 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 blah. it doesn't necessarily mean that they're lazy or they're not adapting to it, but sometimes in life, those adjustments can't be made. It could do with your hours, your pay, your responsibilities. It can have everything to do with that. And it's okay if you adjust to making those New Year's resolutions, but a lot of times that's just not possible. Like, you can have somebody say, I'm gonna make more money, I'm gonna get a better job, I'm gonna raise my kids better, blah, 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 blah. It might be something completely out of your hand that can alter those perspectives and stop the change from happening, which could cause it to be hard to make somebody focus on actually adapting to those changes.
Hey, you know what though? I'm a poster boy for that.
Tony, what's happening, dog?
It's good.
So one of the things too, I'm gonna say something real quick. One of the things that you said, and you hit a couple of them, it's always the mentality. The mentality it pretty much supersedes everything else. A lot of times we get stuck in our own thought process, thinking about failure, thinking about things that we got to sacrifice to get to where we're trying to go, no matter what it might be. A new job, a new heights in money, investments. I know, Ramon got off the game with us for a couple of weeks in a row because he was building up his crypto portfolio, and that's what he was working on. We wanted him to get on Call of Duty, but he was working on that. He was sacrificing his time to play the game at the time to build his portfolio up and learn more about it. So again, everything that comes with a lifestyle change is a sacrifice, whether it's time, whether it's effort, whatever it might be. And one of the things that come with time and come with changing your mentality as well is you think about the failures. What about if it doesn't happen? What about if I can't get in shape? What about if I can't get this job? And sometimes our negative emotions supersede anything else. And then that causes us to shut down and say, hey, I'm doing good enough right here and stay right here where we're at. So when it comes down to it, the mentality of a person, an individual in any situation, whether it be working out, getting a new job, making more money, it definitely affects that more than anything. And again, mentality is broken down to so many different levels. It's not just, the way that I'm thinking. It's the thought of failure. It's the toolbox of you using what you have to get where you want to go. Toolbox meaning the resources, your ability to organize, scheduling, everything. It comes down to a lot of stuff. So, I just wanted to throw that out there. Go ahead, Rob.
My bad. Well, but sometimes it depends on okay, let's say you do decide to change your lifestyle and you actually end up changing your lifestyle. Sometimes you can acquire a lifestyle that's still not good for you. There are guys we know that get into the whole promotion and DJ business, or what else is there? Club business and all that stuff. That's still not a good lifestyle if you want to settle down. It's hard to be in the industry of entertainment where you got all these bad things coming at you, cocaine and women and peer pressure, bad advice, doing all these new different things. Yeah, all of it. And then now you got to decide if you want to keep that lifestyle. A lot of people do because they don't nobody like to go back to where they were. But then
go ahead,
Mike. No, you good. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was saying just to kind of get off of what Zoe was saying, because he said sometimes it could be failure, but sometimes it's not failure. Sometimes people can be so driven for this change, and then, like Ramon said, they accomplish it. I know a lot of people that actually worked like Wall Street, and then guess what? They like, you know what? I want to own me a food truck, and it's just that simple. Like, it's some people are not held back by the idea of failure, but a lot of times it comes to just finding it and not being happy with it. Then you got to figure out how to change that as well. So a lot of times failure play it, but a lot of other times it don't. Sometimes it's really in just that adjustment. Like Ramon said, the entertainment business, they can have a happy life in the whole nine. I'm almost certain a lot of people are not going into these changes with the idea of, I'm gonna lose my family or blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it's just they're so used to doing something and it happens. And that's just, I hate to say it, but that's how the cookie crumbles in a lot of sad ways. Like he said, some of these people who are jumping into the entertainment business mentally decided to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put forth my money, my income. I'm going to get a studio. Woo, 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 woo. And then these vices come in where they got these groupies that spending less time with their kids. They didn't go into doing DJing. I'm going to just lose contact with my kids. I may end up losing my wife. Don't none of that matter. I'm a DJ.
And that's because they put themselves in that position for that environment.
For success, not failure, but for success. Yeah. And in that, they will sacrifice a lot, and they don't go into it knowing they're gonna sacrifice.
All right, well, if people just join, let's kind of give them what the internet says, right? So, what is a lifestyle change? Lifestyle changes are behavioral modifications, and I put that in red, or habit changes that encourage positive change in your life. These are fundamental components of any wellness program. You see what I mean? So you take that definition, and hopefully that gives you a thought process of what needs to change, within you. I tell you what, man, the biggest change that I've ever done was I was at the dealership unhappy with my money, my time, working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. I was married to my wife, and she was moving up in her engineering degree or career, should I say. And she came to me one time because she was doing all these moves, and she goes, "Ramon, like, why am I the only one moving up? Like, you gotta do something.
Right,
you gotta do something." And then another friend of ours at the dealership told us, like, "Ramon, like, ain't nobody gonna make a change for you but you."
Yeah.
And I was still scared to step out of that category because I worked there at this place for so long. And what happened was I put my resume out there, and next thing you know, my whole life changed just like that, bro. And my career just skyrocketed because of it. Just because I took that extra step to actually do something, and it was so simple. Now, everybody may not have the same thing that I have, and to be honest with you, I'm truly blessed for it. Because it couldn't happen that way. It could have been much harder to get to where I was. And a lot of things that I've done is for people that need degrees to do what I do, and and I didn't have to do that. But everybody's phase is different. And I'm happy to be able to share that story with people because sometimes it can be just as simple as putting your resume out there and your life completely changes. And if I would have never, I still would have been at the same place. I made the same amount of money, $8 an hour for 9 years. I never got a raise. I never took a lunch for 9 years and never went on vacation for 9 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had to get up out of there. And then like when you're ready to leave, that's when they want to do stuff for you and be like, "Oh, I didn't know." And I'm like, "Man, you didn't know for 9 years. I've been here for 9 years. You didn't know that." But I'm just saying for people that want to take a chance, it could be just as simple as doing one step.
Yeah.
And everything changed. It could be as simple a step as going back to school. It could be a simple step of subtracting a couple people out of your life who are not good for you to give you a lifestyle change.
That part.
And
I had to do that too myself recently.
A lot of us had to do it. A lot of us had to do it.
Yeah, that's sacrifice though. You got to sacrifice. You can't go into the world of business and you got somebody in your head talking about, "Let's get to these blocks." You can't.
You're trying to save money and everybody trying to get you to go out and turn up every damn day.
I want to elaborate on some of this. We actually got some good comments, since we've been talking. So I want to start with this one. We can't be certain that we always have tomorrow. The moment you see there needs to be a change, do it. I was just talking about just can be as simple as one step. Making an instant change is easier than said than done, even though we know tomorrow is a promise. Old habits die hard. I can't argue with that.
That's very true.
I can't argue with that.
You cannot, and that's
I will say something about that. Remember at the beginning of the conversation, I said something about self-reflection. That part helped me, and the reason I have such a passion for this in the first place because it took a lot for me to change personally. I had a mentality that was not the best. I knew everything. You couldn't tell me shit, and because of the fact that I was always thinking 3 spots ahead, I was like, "Man, fuck what somebody else had to say."
I'm going to cut you off. You're speaking as an example for you, as in to change your lifestyle.
My lifestyle.
And what perspective?
I'm getting to it. Let me.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to see.
So when it got to that point, I was sitting here. I was stuck in the same thing with my own, but I was getting my money, getting overtime, able to take care of whatever the fuck I had to take care of. But you couldn't tell me shit. And over a period of time, I got to the point where "I do it tomorrow" became part of a habitual way of me communicating with people when I had to handle shit. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm gonna knock that out tomorrow. You know what? Shit, I gained weight because I tore my Achilles. I'm gonna start working out tomorrow. I'm gonna look for a job tomorrow. So my mentality in the lifestyle I was living was based off the fact that I didn't want to address any issues that I really had. So I just let them bitches ride everything down to my finances, to my relationships, to my relationship with friends, relationship with family. Um, it got kind of bad, and I never saw it as that because I never wanted to admit it. It took me sitting here looking at myself like, why the fuck is everything failing? Why can't I sit here? I got all the qualifications. I got a degree. I've been in this for such and so. I got this. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they don't want me because I'm this, or they don't want me because I'm that. But I didn't look at myself. And one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life was look at myself and be like, it's you. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And I think that's one of the most important parts that we all have to take in any lifestyle change that we make is looking at yourself and understanding that if you only got an hour, 20 minutes of you trying to better yourself, it's fine. You see what I'm saying? If you only got X amount of time, if you only got the means to do this, you can't go to the gym. You want to work out. We keep using workout, but it ain't even about that. You know, it's about, hey, let me see what interest rate is better for my bank, for me and my savings account, whatever the case may be. You got to put the effort there. And if you don't put the effort in, you will never change anything about your life. And it looks, again, you got to look at yourself because the majority of the time that I'll do it again tomorrow, I'll do it later, another time, or I'll get to it. That's what a lot of us say. That's what a lot of us do. And when we sit here and realize that we're procrastinating because we really don't want to do it because it takes effort. We want to do it, but not really. It takes effort. Any change in you make in your life is going to take so much effort that at our age, we tired. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in my ways, as they say. You
But
I mean, as you get, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
As you get older, man, it gets harder. I mean, I tell you that. They also say too, man, like it's much easier to retain information before you turn 30, and after you turn 30, it's much harder to keep that information when you learn new stuff. And that also plays a role into a lot of motivation that plays out. It's not the same motivation we used to have back in the day, man, when we were inspired to do certain things, and there was a point I was going to make. When I was going to elaborate on Zoe, when you were talking about, it's you and how you got to look yourself in the mirror. Sometimes when you start to feel that way, when you know it's you, and I know this was my situation, it took for other people around you to show you how good their life can be. And you can take from that, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I would like to get a nice car like that, or I would like to get a nice pretty lady, or if you like a pimp, like I like to get all these hoes at the same time, whatever the case may be.
That's actually one thing I wanted to get on. It's funny you just said that because I was about to ask you, Zoe, you said you got to a point. How long did it get you to get to that point? And aside from that, what drove you to get to that point that I need to change this? Because a lot of people, it takes something in their life at that point to say, yeah, this ain't it. Because like you said, you're making the money, couldn't nobody tell you shit. At that point, a lot of people are at that point, and that's why it's so hard for them to go to the point where self-reflection comes in. And I was trying to figure out how long did it take you to get there? And aside from that, what drove you to say, I need to change? Because it's always something. It's always something or somebody that tells you, yeah, you got a Bentley, but that ain't shit. You could have just bought 3 houses. And then it clicks. So that's just my personal question towards you.
Yeah.
How long did it take you there, and what drove you to self-reflect?
My mini-me. My son.
Okay.
My son
kids have changed your life, man.
Yeah. My son made me soft, dog. The old Zoe, I still look the same, but I'm soft. But yeah, I'm soft, motherfucker. Remember the first one? Yeah, my ex-wife. But anyway, so my son was the catalyst. I started seeing some things that raising kids, you kind of want to raise them in the most positive way in which we can. We want to give them the tools to succeed, but at the same time, make sure that they grow mentally.
Hey, mama. Sorry.
Oh, hello.
Mark mama.
So it's Mark mama. Hey, mama.
So as he got to that point, I started seeing my son get older, and I started seeing some of the things that he picked up some of his mom traits. He picked up some of mine, and I was seeing some of the things that he did that was just like me, and it was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? am I like that? You know what I'm saying? And like everybody used to say, he's just like you. He said the same thing, and I'm like, shit. I don't want him to pick this up. I
Right.
don't. I want him to be better than me. I don't want him to be mini Zoe. I want him to be Alexander. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I want him to be a little bit. I want him to be a lot better than me. I want him to not make the same mistakes. So once I started seeing that, and then me working the hours I used to work, which my hours now suck too. But we changing
That's
that.
wild. We're on the same page, though. We work all goddamn day.
But you know, my hours I was damn near 7 days a week, 12
Mhm.
hours.
There
I
you
was
go.
seeing my son. I was tired. Oof, God, I was tired. And it was getting to the point where, you know, he was about four. And he just said, well, I want to get up, work like that.
Mm-mm.
No, you're not. That's what you're not gonna do.
Like hell.
So that started that self-reflection. What am I showing him as the man of his life? You know, what am I showing him? You know, so I started looking at myself. And then I had a conversation with my father. Like my father's like, he's the guy that I look up to. It's like my mini superhero. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I get lost in this adult life, I talk to my old man. And he was just like you guys said, he pointed out some things that he had been holding for a while because he didn't want to break me. You know what I'm saying? And when we were sitting down having a little shot of whiskey, he broke me down in the same way I was breaking myself down. But I was like, does anybody else see this, or is it just something that's in my imagination and I'm being
Yeah.
self-critical? Because we always criticize ourselves at a higher rate than other people sometimes. So I thought maybe I was just being self-critical. My father broke me down the same way that I that I was breaking myself down. And it was a lot of things that I didn't want my son to catch on that I did. I've been a pretty decent dude my whole life, but it was certain aspects, especially with my attitude, that were of a negative way. They were negative as fuck. And I didn't want him to catch them. And I didn't want him to see that you have to work 12 hours a day, 7 days out the week to be successful. And that started it, Mark. That started it. And when that started it, man, like I try to improve every day. Every day I want to be better than I was yesterday. Whether it's more knowledge, more organization, because I'm a disorganized person. But my disorganization is fine with me because I can control it and I still know where everything's at. But I'm trying to work on that. There's a lot of things that I'm just working on to this day, and it might be something small. Again, it's me just organizing my computer desk after I get done using my computer. But it's
Right.
things that I'm working on, and it kept my son. It took my son to start showing some things and start thinking that's what a man was supposed to do, for me to be like, let me go ahead. Okay, maybe this, and then breaking it down with my father, like Ramon said, somebody else outside of the way coming at you. You know, I trust everything that man say, and he broke me down the same way I was breaking myself down. And from that point on, I just wanted to sit here and make sure that I improve my lifestyle as much as I can, especially when I see something different.
And
Am I perfect? No, but I still want to keep on growing. Go ahead.
the sad but funny thing is we talk about self-reflection. We talk about, you know, looking into ourselves. At that moment, your son was a mirror. You get what I'm saying? That was the only way you could self-reflect was by looking at your son. A lot of people don't have that self-reflection given to them. And I think that's what makes it hard. You know, like you had your son. That's beautiful. You had your son to actually look at you and tell you, hey, I want to be like you, for you to self-reflect. I think that what makes it hard is a lot of us don't have a self-reflection. And that's what makes it hard. A lot of us don't have the peers at the job to tell us you could do better. Or the kids at home that say, yeah, I want to be like you. And I think that's what makes it a little bit harder, because without that mirror, we waking up every day looking in the mirror saying that we're doing good. And your son played a strong pivotal moment in your life. And thank God for him. Thank God for him. Thank God for you having him there to have you to reflect on that. A lot of us don't have that. A lot of us, and it's funny, we went down to cutting off certain people in our circles because a lot of us don't have that self-reflection button that makes us look at ourselves and say, you know, yeah, I'm gonna change it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are still with those same people that think we got to have the next Charger, Challenger, the next muscle car. And that's what our group is. So we don't have that self-reflection, saying instead of buying the next muscle car, invest. And I think that's what makes it hard. The society and like Ramon said, the society, the internet, the things that are projected to us sometimes distract us to ever thinking we got to change anything for anybody, because we're already on the path that society has agreed that you don't have to change. And like somebody else said, and it was really good, nowadays, if we have any type of mental issues, we're crazy. There's something wrong with us because we're upset about this or we're mad about that. And that's another thing that's projected to changing. Sometimes we take the idea of seeing someone and speaking to somebody and letting our feelings out to these people as we are crazy or insane. So a lot of us don't take the initiative to change based off of what society deemed as crazy or unhealthy or unwell. Aside from that, like, it's funny because even down to this situation, just like Ramon, I had a situation where as of 3 months from now, I just woke up telling myself this can't be life. And it took a lot of people in my circle that was unhappy, that I was coming in with an attitude every day. I was never in the mood for nothing. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to go out to the movie. I didn't want to do shit. I was always thinking about work. Saturday, Sunday, I would be thinking about work. I'm going to go in. It's going to be a mess. I'm going to go in there. I got to clean up. I got to figure out. I got to put the parts up. I got to do all this stuff. It consumed me. But it took the people around me to be a mirror to say, yeah, Mark, you're not Mark anymore. You're not the same Mark anymore. And it was people close to me, people in my heart that was real close to me that actually put that mirror up to me to tell me this ain't it. And I think that plays a vital role into changing your lifestyle. Sometimes it takes people to pull you out a particular lifestyle to put you in a better lifestyle. And we have to start notifying that. We got to start paying attention as people to say, yeah, you trying to tell me something that's better than what I'm doing. And a lot of times we miss those messages, man. Thank God for you, Zoe. You actually picked up on it. Like you said, you was looking around the room trying to figure out, am I the only one that sees this? Why? Because it was your mirror. It was your reflection broadcasting that for you at that time. Nobody else saw it. Nobody else was like, oh, they're just having a father-son moment. But you picked up on it as, I'm having a moment. I'm having something greater than anybody's experiencing right now in this room, because it was that mirror of saying, yeah, Zoe, you have to change. And it didn't take somebody older than you. It didn't take somebody that grew up with you. It didn't take somebody it didn't take none of that. It took someone of you of a younger age. It's almost like your younger self telling you this ain't it, which is amazing to me. It's beautiful. And it's sad that a lot of us don't have that. A lot of us don't have that. And I think that's what makes it harder for us to change, because we don't have that mirror. A lot of people just like wake up every day and they don't catch it. They don't see it. Luckily for you, blessed for you, you caught it. So I do commend you on that, Zoe. I greatly commend you on that.
All right, so let's there's another topic I want to touch on that's important to all of us of what's been going on. But I want to finish hitting the rest of these comments because I don't want people to think that we don't see them. Yes, okay, and I think I stopped at Amber here. So who I know a lot about trying to help someone change their lifestyle and relationship. I dated so many jailbirds.
I didn't like that. I don't want to hear that. That was weird. Like, I read it, but I wanted to ignore it because, like, why are you dating jailbirds, Amber? We're going to talk after the podcast.
I mean, I've been a witness to see what happens when you date those type of people. Now, not to say I don't discredit them, because some people goes to jail and they actually come out and they change their lifestyle. So it's not for all of them.
Yeah, I have an employee who works for me who went in for 20 years. He came out, most humble man you ever see in your life, man.
That's why I say it's not for all of them.
Somebody took his butt. That's right.
Let's not do that. Amber, why are you attracted to these jailbirds? That's the next topic. We're gonna get to that next time.
So we gonna hold on. So we gonna title an episode "Why is Amber attracted to jailbirds?" We can do that. We can do that.
That's it. We're gonna talk after this shit. But besides that, though, it got a lot to do with your attraction. Some people attract.
I know some of them like that stuff.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
What up, dog?
I'm from Detroit.
Yeah, come on now. Everybody go to jail ain't from Detroit. Stop it. Just stop. So this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is sometimes you surround yourself around people.
Oh my God.
And you think it's okay You get what I'm saying?
Healing nature.
You know, you think it's okay.
I'm glad my little sister antisocial.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes you attract, and it's sad because sometimes you do attract that negativity. Sometimes you do attract what is probably not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Zoe probably had people come in the gym like, oh, I can't wait to tune in, and they get in the gym for that week. And I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be rude or nothing like that. But when they leave that gym, they're going to 7 other unhealthy motherfuckers that's gonna tell them, yes, get pizza.
Let's get pizza. Let's get fried chicken. Let's go to Wendy's.
So you attract this, you mistakenly, not purposely, but you go down this path attracting these people that are not mirrors. They will never tell you, hey, maybe you need to lose some weight. They won't tell you that. I mean, shit, 7 of them got.
I will.
They all most of them motherfuckers 6, like people smoking cigars, stuff like that. Their group smoke cigars. Alcoholics, their group drinks. Like you get these people
Called yourself out.
There you go. Yeah, they're living amongst people that are a reflection of themselves. So some people don't have that mirror. And that's the sad thing about it. Some people don't have a mirror to tell them to change.
All right, so let's hopefully not get into too much of what we normally do. Hopefully we can do this one different because I do want to touch on it. But let's finish these topics real quick. So I never believe in that saying, old habits die hard. Traumatic experience or any major event can spark a change in a person's instantly. It's all about mindset.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Change is hard. That's why so many people are afraid of it. I was afraid of my change. I'll admit that. I didn't want to get out of my circle until I tried it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all go right there.
Yes, but people create habits and sometimes try to change that habit can be harder than just doing it. We say we're going to change all the time, but we don't because we don't put the work in. That's absolutely true.
But that can go hand in hand with fear. Like Zoe said, some people, like Ramon said, some people just got to sign up for school. It sounds easy, but then you got to get the books, the papers. You got to start studying. But
you're also in control of how you take school. You don't have to make it hard for yourself. You go one day out of the week.
I get you on that. But it's just like you said earlier. Some people will sign up for something and won't be happy doing it. They might sign up for school, and then they get into it and be like, shit, I can't do all this damn studying. This shit is, this is a lot. But it coincides with the fear that Zoe said. They might be more so like, okay, I'm not ready to give up my late nights with the friends to study all goddamn day. I ain't signed up for that. But not knowing that it's actually the fear tapping into that zone of comfortability, which is y'all both actually correct. Y'all both are dead right to what she said. It tampers. Fear don't never just tell you, oh, we're scared. Oh, no, fear plays into saying we're comfortable doing that. We don't want to do this. This shit right here, I'm happy riding a bike. I don't want to ride a Charger. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the fear comes in. It taps in different people's head to make them comfortable with quitting to go back to what they're used to doing. And it's a scary notion because, like you said, it goes back to the main. And it's funny because Zoe capitalized the word, why is it so hard to change lifestyle? He capitalized the word.
Show him the shirt, Ralph. Show him the shirt. You got to pause that.
But that's why it's hard. It's a lot of things that goes into playing the role into that change.
Pause again.
Christ, Ramon. I mean, Jesus Christ.
All right, so let's get on the LV. I was the same way, bro. I worked in the warehouse and factories all my life. I took a chance, made a change, and now I'm a teacher. Absolutely love it. I will say one thing, LV, man. I'm very proud of you, big dog, and I love you, man.
Yeah.
And happy to see that you were able to change. Yeah. You know, because LaForest did that for a long time. Like, he couldn't even talk to us. He did it for a long time because of his work schedule.
I'm now.
So, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, LaForest, man, congratulations on that pastory, too, man. You became a pastor. You got that suit. I saw the clean cut, man. Keep doing it. Praise the Lord, man. Praise the Lord.
Surgeon, pastor, God, LaForest, dog.
That's right. LaForest, love Lord. There you go.
It's the same with mental health. Society used to say that keeping help for your mind means you are crazy or have issues. That's a whole totally different ball game to drive down, especially how quickly schools and people say what your kid has in their mind. So I'm not going to even go there with that one.
People are getting misdiagnosed every day just for having an opinion. So
I agree that self-reflection, just getting up and doing the work. As a person that struggles with weight, I am saying that I understand the mental struggle of actually putting in the work. It is a struggle, especially when you have the weight and you're trying to work out, and it's harder trying to get the it's harder trying to get the concept to work out until your body actually desires that. You know.
And like Joe said, it's not always physical working out. It got a lot to do with mental workout as well.
Yep, mom said procrastination and making excuses, period. Okay. The exhaustion that comes along with being overweight, okay. And or the mistakes of our parents that we learn from. I tell you what, man, I think a lot of reasons why we all change is because we want to do better than our parents, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
You should want to do better than your parents. You don't want to live the same lifestyle, because we all grew up in Detroit, and we all saw the struggles of what our parents had to deal with, even with all of our immaturities. And you try to want the best for your kids.
And to throw a little ranch in there, that's exactly what Zoe was mentioning. It wasn't even that the kid wanted to do better than the parent. It was the parent wanted the kids to do better than them. Yeah, and that's a great notion. You know, sometimes as parents go through a lot to provide what we're providing, and we don't want our kids to do that. We don't want them to have to wake up and go to work every day to provide. We try to open the door so they don't have to worry about that. So it's like a double swinging door. You don't want your kids to be like, oh, I want to do better than my daddy. It could be the same way. The daddy, which is Zoe, could be like, man, I don't want my kids to have to go through this, to have to miss rehearsals and piano lessons, and I got to miss all this stuff because I'm at the factory providing for the house. So it plays a role on both doors, you know. You should always want them to do better than you.
All right, so time to switch it up a little bit. You fellas ready for this one?
Let's go.
We got about a few minutes left. So I do want to talk about the most recent events, the school shooting and the guns and all the stuff that's been happening so far. We don't have to dive too deep into it, but I do want you guys. First off, this podcast, our heart goes out to all of the families that have lost someone with, all of the shootings, not just the two recently, but there's been a lot this year, over 40, from my understanding. My facts may be wrong. They just don't report it all because of everything that's going on in the news. But here's my thing. We got crazy leadership, right, in the office. And these are, let's just face it, I mean, we all like guns, right? And I'm not saying you have to take them away, but I don't know why people feel it's so direly important to have them. We all know why it's important to have them, but it's like they feel like it's necessary to have, just like education is. And I don't think it's in the same category.
Well, they have made some changes. They said now, which I don't know why it took so long, but now you have to take a psych eval for every gun that you purchase. Mm-hmm. So that should slow down the purchase of a lot of unnecessary bullshit. Because you're right, a lot of people buy guns and like, yo, I really like this gun. Oh, that'll put a big ass hole in somebody. I'm buying it. And you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have a Desert Eagle to say I got one. I don't need a Desert Eagle. I'm not trying to take off a limb. You know what I'm saying? I just need to stop you. But you get a Desert Eagle, you hit somebody in the shoulder with, you taking the arm with them. A lot of that stuff is kind of overkill and unnecessary. But
I do feel you on that. And it should have been.
But you like what you like, right?
Yeah, there you go. Get what you like. But at the same token, that should have been passed. Matter of fact, I think it's in Georgia. I think 18. That should have been something passed in like the early 90s. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I think we would have been so much better shape, bro.
I don't know. Am I right? But I think it's just a law out here. 18 to get a rifle, 21 to get a handgun. I thought that was mind blowing to hear that law. That if I'm 18 years old,
like, why?
Yeah, I can go. If I'm 18, I can go get a rifle.
Okay, so wait, real quick. And I'm not one of them crazy ass gun activists. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I have very minimal guns to be exact. But a lot of people like, oh, you know what? Such and such came here with an AR-15, blah blah. An AR-15 is really used for hunting animals.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean automatic rifle. It means Armington rifle. A lot of people don't realize that shit. It's not the ideal gun that you would think to use to start a war or fight against someone. That's not the type of gun you want to use.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But because it's considered a hunting rifle, right? And at the age of 18, you can purchase a hunting rifle. All you got to do is buy the parts for it. you can change it to whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. I mean, there's no reason for someone at the age of 18 to be able to go and buy a hunting rifle. Now, if you want to say you got to be at least 18 and it's a sport, because they do have shooting sports, show proof. Show me that you're in a league. Show me that you're capable of handling a gun. You know what I'm saying? Not
Show
just
your
because,
reasons for wanting to purchase.
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
like
I'm 18. I got a gun. I got a license. Can I get a gun?
Yeah,
Well, you 18. Well, here you go. You got the money.
I feel like they should have a license for whatever, like you said, the tournament that they're trying to do. If you're 18, it's pretty sad that you got to wait till you're 21 to drink or to buy a beer, but you can easily get a weapon that can kill multiple people at the age of 18. And you already know that the front cerebral cortex of your brain doesn't help with decision making until you're 25. You know, so I feel like the law should be 25, unless, with the exception of the rifle games, the hunting with supervision, until you turn a certain amount, and the psyche eval or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying take the guns away either, you know, but I feel like if you walk in a store, you a day old of 18, and you walk in there, and you just, in the way it is down there, you just tell them I just turned 18 today, and they gonna send you to the best weapon. And then people don't think either that technology is different compared to where, let's just say, Cold War, where these things, the bullets doesn't stop at that one person with a rifle like that. So people, and just like you said, you get a Desert Eagle, you get a Smith & Wesson 500, these 50 cal pistols, and you actually defend yourself with an actual threat, but then you kill the 5 other people behind that person.
Absolutely.
And you still go to jail. You know, like the FN, it used 223s. The bullet's not gonna stop at that one person.
It's not. It's funny. I want to say something that Chris Rock said years ago. Chris Rock was like, you should have like $50 a bullet, $20 a bullet, because now you would consciously like, I might want to kill him, but I ain't trying to waste all that money. that was one of the points he made, you know, because it's to the point now where, like you said, you fresh on 18. You can't drink none of that. Stores are like, oh no, you ain't 21, you can't get none of this. But you can go to a gun store and buy a rifle. I always thought something was so wrong with that. And I don't know. It got a lot to do with changing with the law itself first and foremost.
Well, see, and
at 18, you don't know what the fuck you doing.
Exactly.
You're trying to be cool, bro. You trying to hang around with the rest of them, man. You trying to be a big dog just like everybody else.
That's it.
Unless you done lost your shit, you lost your mind, which that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? They're giving these guns out without no psyche valve, just saying, oh, he 18, he can buy a gun. And you're like, cool, appreciate the gun. I need a full clip. I'll be right back and going to the school up the street. You know what I'm saying? That shit should never. And then another thing too, I know that we all from Detroit. I know we all went to Detroit public schools, but even here, right? I ain't been able to walk into any of my kids' school without somebody stopping me. They said this man walked in the school, went to a classroom, and unloaded. So between the front door and where he caused his damage, nobody said anything. Nobody.
Oh, he didn't go through a front door. He climbed the fence and went through an unlocked back door. He was able to get in, and it was the custodian's problem. You know, they got him on video entering. You know that, but here's the thing too. Like, on top of all the other conversations that we got to dish out because we're African American, on top of, you know, all the racial issues, to teach our kids what to do, we got to teach our kids about the police, and now we got to add on the fact of how to be safe in school from an active shooter. Absolutely. You know, and sadly, it's good to have these conversations, but it doesn't feel good to have these conversations. You know, at the same time. You know, and I worry, man. Like, we living in the world now where this is what we have. This is an actual conversation I gotta have with my kids.
Let me correct you on that. The sad thing is, it's not we living in the world now. We gotta go back to Columbine. It's been happening. It's been happening. It's
social
just
media, bro.
It's just no one's trying. Like, no one's stepping up. And this is presidents ago. We don't have to go back to just Biden or fucking Trump. We don't have to do that.
Hold on now. Bill Clinton did get assault rifles.
Bill Clinton, there you go. There you go. And I'm not trying to. I don't want to be on here, and I don't want to ruffle no feathers.
But at the same time, that's when the country as a whole was able to work together, Republicans and Democrats. You know, but now all this stuff is divided and started to get stuff done.
Well, like I said,
unless you have majority.
I don't want to ruffle no feathers.
I don't care. This is any and everything podcast. If they don't like it, they can go watch something else.
At the end of the day, it's been happening. Like I said, that whole 18 thing, that should have been passed. That should have been passed years ago. You get what I'm saying? The whole psych thing, that should have been passed years ago. Like, what's the difference from now to then? Because it's been happening. It's just like, it's a lot of stuff we can get into right now.
Connected internet, and you're able to see all the stuff.
There you go. But on that note, I feel like we touched on a lot of things. I do feel like we touched on a lot of things. I mean, most definitely. But that is a sad note, man. It's just sad that that's where we're at right now.
Fact.
All right.
Your kids.
Any of you fellas got anything else before we get on this webpage?
No horse.
So horse.
We
know.
You got anything though? You got anything else though? As always, man, y'all know y'all done taught a lot. I love that. Appreciate that.
All right, so back on our webpage, anyandeverythingp.com. This is where you can go and get all your information about us in the channel and our cousin channel or brother channel. Said podcast that comes on Thursdays at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys tune in. They actually had a really good podcast last week with Nacho, Jay Guns, Money Marv, and LV. And LV kind of takes the lead with the fellas, and they all elaborate on sports and entertainment, and they do a little bit of drinking on there. So make sure you guys go check them out on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so and their page here, like when you come here, I haven't built it yet, but if you tap on their page, it'll go to their section, and you see I got a coming soon sign. So me, Ralph, Mark, and Zoe, we're all going to figure out what we're going to put on this page for them, so you guys can get to know them personally and their elaboration of their podcast, because they may take it to another direction. I know their biggest days are going to be probably NFL draft, NBA draft, whatever has to do with, and then we may have to reconsider, because on Sundays a lot of people are probably not going to watch us anymore. They're going to be watching sports. So so we may have to change our time of the podcast until all the sports is over with. Otherwise, we won't get the views. So, but who knows? Who knows? It may differ. It may not even be a problem. We did add Mark to the page, so he's right here right now. Just go to his Facebook page. If you tap on him, he will have a personalized profile page on here. I just got to build it for him. Fellas podcast.
Hey, go back up to that picture.
Oh, here we go.
This one's got on the smallest pants
known
to mankind. Am, is those your pants?
No, they're not. Just for the record, my balls and testicles was very comfortable in those jeans, and I had a lot of money in the pockets. So, thank you for pointing that out, Ralph. Appreciate that.
That's because you got the backwards dick pocket. You can like tuck your penis back and it sits in the pocket.
Something like that. That's how it works, man. You just flip it in. That's how it works. Flip
that boy to the back.
Right. And everybody be looking like, oh wow, you got the superhero crouch, dog. Where
you buy
a toy and it's nothing there. It's just a bulge, dog. That's what
okay.
You got.
Like I said, Zoe, you're okay, but these fat motherfuckers. But go ahead.
So here's the fellas series. It's coming up soon. We're going to do a different take on it, but we did add a couple people because AB and Tony, so they on here now, and all the episodes will be here and all of our memories. Wait until we get to Vegas. We're gonna have a lot of pictures, a lot of memories down here, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
We gotta talk to you about that Vegas too.
Here's our friends. With content and services, you guys are more than welcome to come to this page.
Hey,
real quick again too. 135 on Spirit.
Y'all really need to start. I'm not trying to push anybody to do it, but y'all really should check out the pages, because even though they look the same on our pages, they have had a lot more things get updated. Like Lauren is starting to sell clothes more than just candy. More than just candles and everything. Everything's growing. So don't just take a look at the picture and be like, damn, I already seen what that's all about. Everybody's updating this stuff. So want to make sure everybody has a fair shot of what they got going on.
Yeah. And also here's our merch store. So all of these are a clickable link. We do have a shirt coming out. We're going to come out with a Juneteenth shirt. So, and then say, okay, let's go and blow him up to see what he got going on.
I don't know.
No, dog, what happened, dog?
don't know what that was.
Okay, all right. So Zoe had his little dance thing going on, but if you click on this link or the link at the bottom, it'll take you to our main merch store.
That's my guy James at the bottom wearing the shit shirt.
So when you come here, you can see all of the services. Here go the mugs I was talking about, Mark. There's one there, and then there's another one here. So we got a few items in here that you guys more than welcome to check out. We're going to update some more shirts and hopefully get some more merchandise in here. And then the last of it is, you guys can always contact us through any of these links here, or just go to any of our social medias.
And don't forget to.
Oh yeah, you ain't do it, dog.
He was on the point, man.
You.
Here's what Zoe was saying. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. It helps us out with the algorithm. I will say though, ever since LV and his crew did their podcast, they acquired a lot of new subscribers, so we appreciate it now. So we went from, I believe, 75 to 88 now. So the channel's growing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so
that's good.
Let's get to 100 this week, y'all. Let's get to 100 this week.
Yeah, LV, we count on you, dog. Get us there.
Small stone for most, big rock to us, man. It's making.
That's it, man. Hey, listen. Y'all ain't shit. I just want to throw that out there real quick.
Thank you for that. Hey, man, on a serious note, I do want to have I want to end off on a moment of silence for those affected and the school shootings that's been happening. So if that's nothing wrong with that, 10 seconds is just a moment of silence, if that's okay.
I think we had like 15 seconds.
I thought you was going to cut us on 10. I thought you was going to cut us on 10.
I thought somebody was going to say something. That's why I was like, I'll throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw something out there.
We appreciate it, Mark. But you guys got anything else?
No, that would be all. I'm good, man. Great show. Great show. A topic I didn't think I needed, but I really touched on. Thank you for that.
All right. Yeah, I think it was a dope topic.
I hope everybody came here and got what they wanted. If you didn't, I hope you got what you needed. And if you didn't get that, fuck off.
Sound nasty.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
All right. 1.